And across borders, Qatar Energy company wants to speed up the development of 2 oil wells it discovered off the Namibian coast with joint venture partners earlier this year. The head of Qatar Energy says drilling work is expected to start next year to get a better understanding of deliverability and capacity, but did not indicate when the 2 oil finds will be brought into production. Here are the details of this and other stories making headlines across the continent.
Qatar Energy has a 30% interest in the Venus X1, while the field's operator Total Energy has 40%, Impact Oil and Gas on 20%, and Namibia's state-owned Namco has 10% stake. In the Graph 1 well, Shell and Qatar Energy each hold a 45% stake, while Namco owns the remaining 10%. The discoveries could make Namibia the southern neighbor of OPEC member Angola, another oil producer along the African Atlantic coast. The companies have not yet detailed the quantities found, but the discoveries are likely in billions of barrels. The joint venture partners is projected to start production in 4 years. Elsewhere, frustrated motorists queued in long lines outside Tunisian petrol stations even after the energy minister had said a shortage would end on Monday with a new delivery of fuel. Many petrol stations started running out of fuel over the weekend as imports slowed and national supplies dropped. Tunisia faces a crisis in public finances, and the influential labor union, which has branches in government and national supplies sector, says the state has struggled to pay for imports of goods that it sells at a subsidized rate. Tunisia hopes soon to finalize a staff-level agreement with the International Monetary Fund for a rescue program that could also unlock billions of dollars in bilateral support from other countries. Finally, at least 54 developing countries globally, including 25 in sub-Saharan Africa, require immediate debt relief to avoid sliding into extreme poverty. This is according to United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, which highlights the ripple effects of government responses to the recent economic crisis and warns of the potential impacts. It noted that against this bleak backdrop, a number of policy actions for debt restructuring are needed to help stop the debt crisis in its tracks. The UNDP proposes a way forward for the common framework on debt restructuring, focusing on key areas such as debt sustainability analysis, official creditor coordination, private creditor participation, and the use of state contingent debt clauses that target future economic and fiscal resilience. Terry Njenga, Lunchtime News.